Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news in a move that has fans buzzing across the league. The Green Bay Packers are reportedly making a bold offseason move that could reshape their offensive line and, in turn, elevate their entire team's potential for a deep playoff run. The rumor mill is swirling with talk that the Packers are close to trading for Atlanta Falcons guard Chris Lindstrom, a player who's been one of the most consistent and dominant interior linemen in the league over the past couple of seasons. This trade, if it goes through, involves sending a third-round pick in the upcoming 2026 NFL Draft to Atlanta, along with some financial considerations that benefit both sides. It's a move that shows the Packers are serious about protecting Jordan Love and giving him the support he needs to take that next leap as a franchise quarterback. Right now, the Falcons are sitting at a 5-6 record, and their offensive line has been a bit of a work in progress. They're also dealing with some cap space issues, which makes Lindstrom, a top-tier guard, an attractive trade target. The Falcons are looking to dump some salary cap space and recoup a mid-round draft pick while making a strategic rebuild, especially with their eyes on the future rather than short-term gains. On the other side, the Packers see Lindstrom as a perfect piece to solidify their interior line, which has struggled with consistency at times this season. Their offensive line has allowed 26 sacks so far, and with a young quarterback like Jordan Love, that's an area where they're eager to improve. Lindstrom is no ordinary guard. He's an elite two-time All-Pro who has been graded at an outstanding 91.8 by PFF this season. His performance on the field speaks volumes. He's been a roadblock for defenses, opening lanes in the run game and providing the protection Love needs to operate efficiently. In 2025, he has appeared in 11 games, allowing just one sack, with a run block win rate of 84% and a pass block efficiency of 89%. His yards after contact, YAC per rush, is 5.2, which shows how effective he is at creating yards after the initial hit. Despite a minor ankle injury in Week 4 that sidelined him for 2 games, Lindstrom has been remarkably durable throughout the season. His presence on the line has been instrumental for Atlanta, who are surrendering 29 sacks and scoring around 24.3 points per game. The reasoning behind this trade for Atlanta is clear. They're prioritizing cap space and building around their young weapons, especially their wide receivers, rather than investing heavily in their offensive line at this moment. They seem to be banking on their young core and a potential rebuild, which is why trading Lindstrom makes sense from their perspective. For the Packers, acquiring Lindstrom isn't just about plugging a hole, it's about transforming their entire offensive identity. Imagine a line anchored by Lindstrom and David Bakhtiari, with Elgton Jenkins returning to his natural guard position. This duo instantly upgrades the interior protection, which is critical for Jordan Love. If this trade happens, it's expected to have a profound impact on Green Bay's offense. Lindstrom, along with Mason Crosby's veteran leadership and a revamped offensive line, could turn the Packers into one of the top offensive lines in the league. Their pass protection efficiency would improve by roughly 20%, cutting down pressures on Love and giving him more time to make plays. We could see sacks allowed drop from their current 26 to around 18, while their rushing attack would get a boost, projected to increase from about 112 yards per game to roughly 140 yards per game, making their run game more consistent and opening up more play-action opportunities. This upgrade would also have a ripple effect on the team's overall offensive production. Their points per game could jump from 26.8 to around 30, and their third down conversion rate could climb from 42% to nearly 50%. That's a significant jump, comparable to what the Kansas City Chiefs saw with the addition of Chamonti Thuney in 2025, who boosted their run efficiency by around 180 yards and improved their pass protection and EPA, expected points added. The Packers' offensive line, with Lindstrom leading the charge, would become a true strength rather than a liability, and that kind of protection is exactly what they need to take the next step towards Super Bowl contention. Given the young talent on the receiving core, the Packers, offense could explode in the second half of the season. With better protection, Jordan Love would have more time to find his young receivers like Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, leading to an increase of roughly 12 more touchdowns over the course of the season. Tackle for loss numbers would decrease, and the run game would become more explosive, pushing the team toward higher scoring games and more sustained drives. The impact on the team's mental and strategic confidence would be enormous. If they managed to pull off this trade, they could see their Super Bowl odds improve dramatically, from around plus 1,200 to plus 500, and their NFC title chances going from plus 600 to plus 250. This move could turn them into a serious contender, especially with the possibility of facing elite pass rushers like Bosa or Parsons in the playoffs. The significance of adding a player like Lindstrom goes beyond just this season. It's reminiscent of the kind of interior line upgrades that have historically propelled teams to Super Bowl victories. Think Quentin Nelson with the Indianapolis Colts or Zach Martin with the Dallas Cowboys. The Packers are clearly aiming for that kind of impact, solidifying their offensive line as a true strength and creating a foundation for sustained success. This move echoes the legendary protection scheme seen in Lambeau Field's storied history, where a dominant offensive line has often been the backbone of championship teams. Looking ahead, the Packers are positioning themselves as a powerhouse offense that can contend at the highest level. With Lindstrom anchoring their interior, Love will benefit from a more stable pocket, while the run game will find new opportunities to thrive. The addition of this elite guard could also serve as a catalyst for their young offense, boosting confidence and creating a more dynamic attack that can adapt to any defense. The team's coaching staff, led by Matt LaFleur, would be thrilled to have such a versatile and reliable player in their trenches, allowing them to focus on creative play calling and maximizing their offensive potential. This potential trade also signals a clear message to their NFC North rivals. The Packers are serious about competing for a deep playoff run and don't intend to leave anything to chance. A stronger offensive line means better protection for Love, fewer turnovers, and a more balanced attack overall. And with the defense still playing solid, this team could be a dark horse come postseason time. The NFC is wide open this year, and with Lindstrom on board, Green Bay's chances of making a deep run increase significantly. In conclusion, this move could be a game changer for the Green Bay Packers. It's a bold step toward building a more complete and dominant team, one that's capable of contending not just for a division title, but for a Super Bowl. It's reminiscent of the legendary offensive line protectors that have made Lambeau Field a fortress, and it's exactly what the Packers need to return to their winning ways. Fans should be excited about what this means for the team's future, and if the deal goes through, it might just be the strategic upgrade that pushes Green Bay back into serious championship contention. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Packers are also eyeing the broader implications of this potential move. A Lindstrom addition not only improves their immediate prospects, but signals a strategic shift towards building a more resilient, physically dominant offense. The team's front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive this offseason, and this trade fits perfectly into that narrative. If they can lock Lindstrom in early, they'll have a cornerstone piece for years to come, a player who embodies the kind of technical excellence and grit that fans love to see in Green Bay. His arrival would also send a message to their NFC rivals that the Packers are back on the hunt, ready to dominate the line of scrimmage like they did during their Super Bowl-winning years. Of course, fans are already dreaming of the potential postseason scenarios, imagining a Packers team with a revamped offensive line leading the charge. The possibilities are exciting: a more potent run game, fewer sacks, and more time for Love to find his playmakers and make big throws in critical moments. This could also mean more sustained drives, improved third down efficiency, and a team that can control the clock and impose their will on opponents. It's the kind of transformation that could turn a good team into a legitimate Super Bowl contender, especially if the defense continues to hold its own. The NFL landscape is always evolving, and moves like this, bold and strategic, are what separate the contenders from the pretenders. The Green Bay Packers are clearly aiming to be in that top tier once again. With a new addition like Lindstrom, they're making a statement. They're here to compete, and they're ready to take the next step toward bringing another Lombardi trophy back to Lambeau Field. Fans should be optimistic because when the trenches are solid, everything else tends to fall into place. And with the potential of this trade, the future looks brighter than ever for the Green Bay Packers. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.